Fernando Alonso, and nobody wants to steer this legendary team back to greatness more than Fernando himself. Now, while McLaren has its story, so too does Alonso. And as former driver Sam Posey tells us, it's a fascinating one.
By the time he had reached his mid-20s, Fernando Alonso had won 2 consecutive world championships and seemed destined to win many more. But that hasn't happened, and his is a story of colossal talent struggling against a malignant fate. Here is a man who for years has been the most sought-after driver in Formula One, a hero in his Spanish homeland, a UNICEF ambassador, and a genuinely nice guy whose career decisions seemed logical at the time they were made, but have come up short of Fernando's grand expectations. Championships had been with Renault, but when McLaren made an offer, he took it, calling the switch a step up and looking forward to mentoring Lewis Hamilton, the team's rookie. But Lewis went from rookie to rival, and relations between the two drivers became increasingly acrimonious. Here in Hungary during qualifying, Alonso positioned his car so as to block Hamilton from getting onto the track. They ended the season in a tie and lost the championship to Ferrari's Kimi Räikkönen by a single point. Seeing that there was no future for him at McLaren, Fernando quit the team and went back to Renault for 2 years. But the team had lost its momentum, and to Fernando it was a sort of hiatus, a waiting period. And it was worth the wait because it ended with Fernando signing with Ferrari. The first year, he had an 8-point lead going into the last race, but a tactical error by the Ferrari brain trust gave it all away. The figure of Alonso, slumped in Abu Dhabi's hot desert night, foretold the future. In 5 years, Fernando would win 11 races and come in second in the championship 3 times. But his name would never be joined with Ferrari greats. For most drivers, Ferrari is like the Holy Grail. But in Alonso's time, they were going downhill and would need a complete reorganization. Fernando walked away with 2 years left on his contract and the conviction that it was the team that failed, not him, and he had a way to prove it. He would return to McLaren, now powered by the famed Honda engines, but the Hondas have been fatally flawed, and the team is run midfield at best before suffering the inevitable failure. Fernando turned 36 this week. A typical contract runs for 3 years, though it's likely to be his last ride. So far, desperate for a win, Alonso took the unprecedented step of skipping Monaco to run Indy. He had never driven an oval, never raced an Indy car, but he drove brilliantly in the race and had a chance to win, until his Honda engine failed. The summer break starts soon, and with it the job of deciding what to do. Stay in Formula One, and with what team? Or turn his gaze across the Atlantic? We'll find out soon.